So we have the NCAA Division Two Women's Basketball Championship. The regionals in Division Two are the first three rounds are on one site. Top 8 seeds, the number one seeds in each of the 8 regions, host the tournament under Kimba site. And it's Friday 1, Saturday 2. It's Saturday round 2, second round. Third round is Monday. The round, and it's round 16, Sweet 16, and then the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals are quarterfinals, semifinal, and final is on one site as well. And the top 8 seeds will be reseeded. And that's on ESPN Plus. Now what they're doing with. Now what happens is. So in NCAA, so yeah. So yeah, this is yeah, just a little different. I mean, with the NCAA doing the first, like I was saying, was the NCAA now it does. It used to only televise the final site, like the national semifinals and final, or the quarterfinals, semifinal, final, for like basketball, for soccer, for like volleyball, for ice hockey, for lacrosse, for men's volleyball, women's volleyball. Every sport they used to only do that, the final site, NCAA.com. Like softball, the World Series site, they used to only do that. But now they televise every single round of every single game for free on NCAA.com live. You don't get to see like the stream. You don't get to see like the replays of it, like the school websites if they host it, or for free, or like if like they have deals with like streaming services like Flow Sports for their conferences games, home games, or some other site, paid or free. They have the rights to it, not like a streaming service, standalone streaming service, or the school's website. They'll have the rights to it, but on NC.com, you do get to watch it live for free, which is nice. At least you get to watch it live, until you still live point for free. So we have on the first round in the top right of the bracket, we have Indiana, Pennsylvania defeat Charleston, West Virginia 78-53. Seton Hill 85 Fayetteville State, so number 1 Indiana, Pennsylvania takes number 4 seed Seton Hill in the region at 7:30 Eastern. At 5 Eastern, Gannon defeated Edinburgh 76-61, and Winston-Salem 8-7. So it's Gannon Winston-Salem at 5 Eastern. In the 8:30 stream, where we have Minnesota advancing, the number 8 seed, if they upset the hosts, Minnesota State Mankato 72-63. In Central Missouri defeats Washburn 64-55. So we have 3 neutral site games hosted at Minnesota State Mankato in the second round and the third round. So three neutral sites, which is just correct. Which is just wow. We might, you usually might not see it. You might see like a second round game. Maybe a neutral site third round would have a neutral site like second round. Both teams are neutral site second round games, which is wow. You have Minnesota 8 against Central Missouri at 8:30 Eastern, and at 5:60 Eastern, Concordia State Palm Florida State was 5 and Center local time. Is what these games are though. You have Concordia State Palm 52-45 Rose Circle, Florida State 88-92 Hard. Concordia State Palm Florida State. The top right. University of Alabama, Huntsville, E5 Edwards, Northwest Southeastern New England, Pacific North Formosa, Tennessee, E4 North South Florida, Akron, E5 number 16, North Florida, somewhere Alabama, Huntsville, North and North Southeastern, 8 Eastern, Union, Tennessee, and Akron at 6 Eastern. That's 5 and 30 local time. And then Lincoln Memorial, 6853 to right, Leeds McRae. Number 5, Christian Wins, 8572 to Oklahoma State. And then number 9, 8374 Augusta. Coker, 8354 Francis Marine. So number 1 seed Lincoln Memorial takes in the 5 seed Kirsten Newman at 7:30 Eastern. At 5 Eastern, 2 seed number 9, 3 seed Coker, top right. And then in the bottom left, the two regions in the bottom left, you have the number 1 seed Southern Connecticut State. They defeat number 8 seed St. Michael's 58-9, number 5 seed Holy Family beats number 4 seed Assumption 58-30. That's the 7:30 stream. The host team in the first round, the host team got the third game, and then the 4-1-8 was the third game, and then the 4-5 was the fourth game. This time they're doing it where the neutral site is the earlier game, and they're doing it where the home game is the later game, which I like that because the home team, they get it so the home team get more fans because if they're earlier game, people at work, maybe people at work, they might have time to go to the game. This way they can at least attend the home game if they want to, which is awesome. I like that, But some of these families, like the fans, I guess, the fans that are at the game, and the home fans that are attending this game just a fan of that school, they can travel to that game and after work, which I appreciate. And then, but some of the family members, that are local, if the kids are local and the family members are local, they can travel to the game as well for work. And then some of the family members, might be attending the game in person. Some of them might be from farther away. You never know. We have, and then Bentley, number 2 Bentley defeats number 7 Mercy 74-48. So in number 3 game, 75-62 or number 6 Felicia. It's Bentley and Damon, I think it is, at 5 Eastern, 14, which is Saturday. I guess there is no work. I guess I was gonna say Saturday's work. I guess people could work, but I was thinking this was Friday though. But yeah, either way, if you do work on Saturday, like later, in the morning, some people do, people do. So that's kind of nice though too. Then we have number 1 seed Grand Valley State defeats number 8 seed Maryville, Missouri. It's 83-50. Number 4 William State, Michigan. City Sensitive, number 5 North Michigan. So Grand Valley State takes the number 4 seed Wayne State, Michigan, and 14th at Center Eastern. And then on Monday's game, so you'll be able to it'll be later in the day though, so you'll be able to travel to them if you're at work, and your home team is playing. So that's nice. That'll be nice, I like that part. Now that part will be nice. I'm assuming they'll probably do it at like 7:30 local time. I'm assuming they might 7:30, maybe 8 local time. Should be nice. Which I like that, or maybe even 8 local. It's either 7 or maybe 7 local time. That'll be nice, We'll see, or they might be spread out a little bit more. They might all be at the same time, or they might be spread out a little bit, maybe 15-minute intervals. Maybe one's at 7:15 local, 7:30 local. Or Eastern time, or maybe one's at 7 Eastern time, 7:50 Eastern time, or 7:30 Eastern time, 7:45 Eastern. 15 minutes, staggers. One Eastern time first, and then one Central time, and one different coasts. I like that too. And we have number 7 seed Missouri St. Louis upsets number 2 seed First State 70-59, and number 3 Northwood defeats number 6 61-57. So number 7 seed Missouri St. Louis takes the Northwood at the 5 Eastern game. In the bottom right of the bracket, number 1 seed Texas Women's Clutch 64, number right seed Eastern Michigan, number 4 seed University of Colorado at Colorado Springs 67-60, number 5 seed M State. That's Texas Women's and University of Colorado at Colorado Springs at 8:30 Eastern, and that's the 8:30 Eastern. And then number 7 seed University of Texas at Tyler. It's number 2 seed West Texas 66-56. And then number 3 seed Carl Mesa defeats the number 6 seed Lubbock Christian 80-45. So number 7 UT Tyler, University of Texas at Tyler. Carl Mesa at 6 Eastern. And then number 1 seed Central Washington defeats number 8 seed Montana State Loans in the Northwest Regional, or the West Regional, either the West Regional or the Northwest Regional. That is at 10:30 Eastern. And number 1 seed Central Washington defeating number 8 seed Montana State Loans. And then 63, 30, 86. And then number 4 Vanguard 79-75 over California State, Los Angeles. And Central Washington playing number 4 seed Vanguard. That's a 10:30 Eastern game. And the 8 Eastern game is Western Washington. Number 2 seed defeated number 7 Point Loma 74-60. And then number 3 seed California Poly-Panoma 56-54 win over number 6 seed Azusa Pacific. And number 2 seed West Washington takes number 3 seed California Poly-Panoma at Eastern. That's the West Russian Poly-Panoma game. It's actually 5 p.m. local time because it is hosted at Central Washington. And then the 7:30 Pacific game is Central Washington and Vanguard.